Here with Kenny Florian at the UFC on FX show. Kenny, we know the news, of course. You talked about your back injury. Just being realistic about everything, I mean, where do you see yourself sitting right now, and what kind of timeline are you putting on this whole thing? Because you've been open to say this may end your career.
Right. You know, it depends on how I heal up and all that stuff. I'm giving it till about June to see how I feel and see how the injury heals up completely. You know, I hurt my back, came back, started doing some stuff, and you know, ended up kind of aggravating it again. So I just gotta be careful and make sure that I'm doing the appropriate things, rehab and everything, and then taking it from there. You know, and then seeing where I am, you know, mentally and physically, you know, to get back into the fight group. So we'll see. You know, I'm the kind of guy, I always like training. I don't like taking a lot of time off. So you know, for me, I always feel like I need to be in the gym, doing new stuff, doing new things, and you know, that's going to be a tall mountain to climb when I get back. So we'll see, factor in all those things, and then take it from there.
You said that June is the timeline. I know you said no surgery, but I know like Nate Corey actually had said, you know, he wanted to reach out to you to see if, you know, maybe you'd consider that. Are you 100% against surgery? You just don't want to go through that?
For me, yeah. You know, I just don't want to. You know, there's no doctor out there that will say that they operate on your spine that you're going to be okay after. You know, that's just the repercussions of having surgery. Anytime you have to take that into account. You know, I don't want to finish surgery and come out there paralyzed or whatever. Maybe they have to do it again. That's a brutal feeling. You know, I'm sure. So I don't want to experience that. And you know, I want to see if I can do it through training, through rehab, through other means first.
Is it issues you have experienced before while you mentioned it?
I have. I dropped out of the first Sam Stout fight when I was supposed to fight in the USA vs. Canada card because of a back injury. Going into the Sean Short fight, I had a really bad back. So it's something that's plagued me throughout my career, early in my career, I should say. Didn't have it for a long time, and then you know, doing some Olympic lifts a couple months ago, and I came back. I had a new hernia disc.
Do you think going from 45 back and trying to work back up to 55, do you think that had a factor?
Who knows? You know, who knows if that was a factor of, you know, maybe my body was weak and I got right back to training maybe too soon. Who knows?
What's the actual medical condition?
It's a herniated disc, L4, L5, so it's pinching on a nerve that was affecting my legs. So I just felt weakness, numbness, tingling in my leg.
We know you have the gig now with UFC on FX and doing that stuff. I mean, you've done commentating, you're doing the Fuel Show. I mean, hopefully you can come back to fighting, but you have a career outside of this. I mean, are you satisfied with that? I mean, obviously your goal is to come back, but you do have other options.
You know, yeah, for sure. You know, and looking back, you know, I've had a lot of time to think about this, and I always did, you know, really my main goal as a fighter, as a martial artist, was to get better, was to train with the best people I could find, the best trainers, the best fighters, and man, that was always my dream, above anything else. You know, I didn't get into this to make money or be famous or whatever. I wanted to be that guy traveling with a backpack and get to train with the best guys and get better, and I really did that. Win or lose, for every fight, I always improved, always learned new things, which was really what motivated me every day to go to the gym. Above anything else was learn something new, get better, try to perfect this technique and that technique. And looking back, I got to face some of the best fighters in the world. I had a good career, and if it comes to that, you know, that I have no regrets. You know, of course, I want to be a champion, and if I go back, you know, that's something I want to be. I don't want to just go back to, you know, to make a paycheck or whatever. I'd like to make another run at the belt. And that's always been another one of my goals.
Will that play the biggest factor? I mean, let's say June rolls around, you are feeling better, but you're not 100%, and maybe you're going to come back and have to be on that mid-level. Is that going to play into your decision?
I've never done anything to be mid-level. I've always, the way that I train, you know, it's my off-season routine is 6 days a week, you know, 2 times a day. That's my off-season stuff, you know. So, you know, I keep a rigorous schedule, and the way that I am right now, and I can't do a quarter of what I was doing before. So I'm not going to go in there and just train here and there. I'm not going to train a few times a week. I'm going to do it when I want to do it the way that I was doing it. Otherwise, I'm going to hurt myself, and I'm not going to be fully prepared. And in this fight game, it's too difficult to go in there, you know, and